Okay. And next one is evolutionary methodology, which is also known as spiral model, or this evolutionary methodology is also known as prototype development model. Okay. So this evolutionary methodology is used for heavy and big missionary projects. Okay, missionary critical projects where there is heavy risk. So if you feel that the project is having heavy risk and the requirements will be changed continuously, then for those kind of projects we are going to use evolutionary methodology. Okay, so in evolutionary methodology, what happens is, first we are going to gather initial requirements, and with that initial requirements we are going to prepare a prototype. Okay, then we are going to show that prototype to the client. Then after that the client will see that prototype, and if any changes are required to that prototype, he will suggest some changes. If he feels that prototype is good, then he will give permission to go further. So then we are going to take another feature and we are going to add prototype to this. Okay, once the client give permission, what we do is we will send it for development. So we will go to the developers and we will say that to develop the code for that prototype. In the meantime, when the developer developing the code, again we are going to prepare the prototype of next feature, and again we will show it to the client. If the client is okay with the design and everything, he will say okay, put it in development. If he is not satisfied, then he will give some suggestions. So again we are going to remodify that prototype, and again we will show to the client. So for each and everything we are going to take permission from the client. So without taking permission we are not going to do anything in this. We are going to prepare prototype for each and everything we will show. So unless and until we get permission, we won't send it for development. We keep on remodify the prototype till the client gets satisfied. Okay, so in evolutionary methodology there will be 100% client involvement. So that's why the ratio of failure of the projects in evolutionary methodology is very less. Okay, now we will see with our project. Now I want to develop this ATM application system in evolutionary methodology. Okay, so what I will do is, first I will take login and prepare a prototype. That means I will open a paint, or I will take some software and I will draw how login page looks like. I will draw a sample page of how login page looks like. Then I will show that page, or I will show that screenshot to the client, and I will explain this is how the login page of your project looks like. Then if the client feels that it is okay, then he will say okay, you can carry on. Then we are going to show that login page to the developer, and we will say that see, you need to develop the code for this login page in the same way. If the client is not okay, and if you give some changes, like you need to change the background color, or if you want to change the font size, or the what we can style of the text, or if you want to increase the box size or decrease the box size, or if you want to change the button style, so the client will be giving that kind of changes. Then again we are going to remodify that prototype according to the client's wish. Now if the client satisfies, then he will say okay, you can go further. Now we will put that prototype to the developer. We will say to the developer, please develop the code. So the developer will start developing the code, and in the meantime again we will take perform transaction, and we will take perform transaction and we will develop the screen, that is prototype. We will show a dummy perform transaction, how it looks like. Again, we will go to the client. We will show this is how your perform transaction page looks like. Now, if the client want to give any changes, he will give, or else we are going to put it for development. Now, we will say again, we will go to the developer and we will say you need to develop the code for perform transaction also. Okay. So in this way, we are going to develop all the prototypes for all the requirements. Then at the end, we are going to club all the whatever we have developed. Okay. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So here for evolutionary methodology, there are some advantages and disadvantages. So the first advantages are, the first one is a workable product will be produced. So in waterfall model, we have seen that workable product is not available in SDLC process, but in evolutionary methodology, a workable product will be there during SDLC. That means once you develop login, you can use this functionality. Okay, that is nothing but we can have a workable product in the middle of the SDLC. Okay, and second one is the second advantage is nothing but it can be used for large and mission critical projects. So this evolutionary methodology is used for large and mission critical projects. And third one is heavy risk analysis will be done. Okay, so there will be heavy risk analysis for each and every prototype. So these are some of the advantages. When it comes to disadvantages, so the first disadvantage is it is very costly method and it is outdated methodology. So prototype method is outdated methodology and it is very costly method. So right now no one is using prototype method. Okay, why? Because it is very time consuming. Okay, and second one is whatever the risk analyst we are recruiting, so they should be well experienced. Okay, so like whenever you are recruiting risk analyst, we need to check with heavy experience, which is one of the drawback you may get with that experience or not. Okay, so this is another disadvantage. And the success of the project depends upon the decision of the risk analyst. So if the risk analyst says that no, you should not do this project, it won't be get success. So we can't say whether risk analyst is saying truth or not. So that is one of the drawback for evolutionary methodology. Okay.
Nikki, I have a question.
Yeah.
So when for each and every step, let's say login, we do a prototype first. So is prototype a part of SDLC process or it's different?
So prototype is nothing but designing. In designing phase, we are going to prepare prototypes. Prototype is nothing but the look and feel of a system in a virtual way or a simulation way. Now, if I want to explain what is prototype exactly, now if you want to purchase a mobile, you will go to a mobile shop and you will tell the model number to the sales executive. Now, if you say model number, what the sales executive will do is he will give you a dummy piece with that model number.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you will take the dummy piece and you will check whether screen is function, how the screen is there, how the how the touch phone is working, and how the camera quality is working, and how the speakers are functioning. Everything you are going to see. Now, if you like that phone, you will order that. So when you order that, you are not going to get that dummy piece. You will be getting one sealed piece, another sealed piece. So this dummy piece is nothing but a prototype.
Okay.
Okay. In the same way, when you construct a building, so before construction, the architecture is going to show the sample of that building on a project plan. So you will be prepared, you will draw that entire building structure on a project plan on a sheet of paper, and you will explain, see, this is how your house looks like. So here you will be getting one bedroom, and here you will be getting upstairs, and here you will be getting kitchen. This is the length and breadth of the kitchen, and this is the style of the kitchen, everything. So that is nothing but a prototype. Okay. So in the same way, we are going to prepare the prototypes for login. Okay. So we have different softwares called as Axure and Justinmine. Okay. So Axure and Justinmine, these are some softwares we are going to use to prepare prototypes. Okay, I will show you how prototype looks like. So just go through the notes once.
I'm done with.